tell us about the type of success coaching and mentoring that you offer to your clients.
Yeah, I really, as an individual, I went through a lot of personal challenges from being suicidal many, many years ago, well over 40 years ago, to, really changing how I felt about myself personally and how I felt emotionally and having that desire to live. So when I got into personal development in January 1979, I made a decision that I was going to first change my life. It wasn't until later that I decided I want to help other people too, because if I was struggling emotionally, then I felt other people were. And it is evolved. My business has basically evolved. So initially, I got into this business because I wanted to help people who were dealing with emotional challenges. But as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I discovered that a lot of people were struggling in business as well. And since I built a business, a very successful business, I found that a lot of entrepreneurs started coming to me. So all to say that originally and initially, when I set up my business to do the work that I'm doing, it's evolved based on demands of the marketplace. And I never really defined who my audience was. It was just like anyone who's looking to have a positive change in their life or make some positive results, I was ready to serve. And that's how it evolved. So the mentoring that I do has changed significantly. And how it's changed is that I help people get the results that they're looking to create in their own life. And many of the people that I'm blessed to serve are entrepreneurs. They're people that, have their own business or want to be in their own business, or they don't have a business right now, but they've worked in the corporate world for many, many years and they want to get out of that. They don't find it fulfilling and enjoyable. And they've just reached a point where they're saying, you know what, no more playing small, or no more living my life based on what other people want or expect of me. I'm going to make some choices to live the amazing life that we're all blessed to live when we make those choices. And so the mentoring that I offer is really to help the individuals, help entrepreneurs, help business owners to create success in their life. And I do it either in a private capacity, one-on-one, or in group settings. And so now I would say that a lot of the people that I work with are mostly entrepreneurs, but not only, I have people that I'm still working with. Like I have one client that I'm working with who's very wealthy. She's done very well in her life, but she doesn't feel good about, herself, or doesn't feel good about things that have happened in her life. And her desire is to create a sense of fulfillment, like to create that balance, that wonderful place of balance where you're doing work that you love, you're in a happy relationship, you're financially sound. And it's not just one area of your life, it's all areas of your life are in a very healthy state. And so that's the kind of mentoring that I do. And I thought about your question even prior to us getting together today. And I thought, wow, it's so diverse, the kind of people that I work with. It really hasn't, or it doesn't appear to be a one size fits all. And it really comes down to, just helping people find solutions that they're looking for in their life.
So when working with an entrepreneur, and real estate investors are truly entrepreneurs, like what kind of problems do they encounter, and how do these problems affect them?
Right. That's such a good question. I would say that in general, the problems that they have are usually beliefs, old beliefs that they've built or that they've acquired over the years. And quite often they don't even realize that they're there. And they could be limiting beliefs. It could be beliefs of fear, fear of loss, that they're afraid that if they try something or if they attempt to create better results, that they're going to lose, that they're going to perhaps lose their wealth. And so, I believe it's really an independent thing, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to its beliefs. It's the beliefs that people have within them that are preventing them from experiencing what they desire to do. And like we all create based on our beliefs. We're earning our income based on our beliefs. And this is no different for a real estate investor. If a real estate investor would love to create success in their life, then they've got to create a solid foundation of beliefs that are going to support the outcomes that they desire. And like, for example, my husband came in my office this morning and he was telling me that I don't know where he saw it because I don't watch the news. I don't read the news. I have no idea. Well, I shouldn't say I have no idea what's going on in the world because he tells me what's going on in the world. But he came in my office to tell me that somewhere that there's a forecast that says Canada is heading into a recession. And like they're basically claiming that this is going to happen. And, I think about all recessions are created based on fear. Because if you think about it, like think about the wealth that's in the world today, it's not going to get sucked or like a vacuum right down some hole somewhere. That's not going to happen. The reason why there are recessionary times, well, there's a variety of reasons, but people start to live in fear. And if there's fear of a recession, that ultimately creates the outcome, right? It's like, you think the thought and you create the outcome. Simple, yes. But it's collective. It's collective consciousness. It's energy from people, coming together. But here's my point. Even if there is going to be a recession or challenging times or economic shifts, you don't have to buy into that. You don't have to accept that as your outcome. Because the truth is, there will be real estate investors that are earning a fortune or making a fortune, even in the challenging times, even in downward markets or challenging markets. There still will be people that are going to be earning money. You got to hold the faith or build the faith that that is going to be your experience. And like, if you really don't believe that, or if you believe that it's going to be a challenging time, you'll likely experience a challenging time. It's like Henry Ford's famous quote: if you think you're right or you think you're wrong, or if you think you can or you think you can't, excuse me, you're right. And it's the same thing with investing. Excuse me. I had the thought I should get some water before we start. And anyways, I don't have water in front of me. Excuse me for that. So I would suggest that, for any real estate investor, and I know that that's a big part of the work that you do, for any real estate investor who has a desire to create even more success or phenomenal success, they've got to understand that they must build that belief within them, within their heart, before they're ever going to produce the results. And that takes time. It takes effort. It takes conditioning, but it will definitely contribute to better